Good evening. Today we'll learn about a control chart which can be used for attribute type of data. Now, what is attribute type of data? Before going to attribute type of data, we should know what is a variable type of data. So, variable data are the data which can be measured. It's a measurement value. Whereas attribute type of data is a counting numbers, or it's a yes, no, maybe. This type of data is uh, attribute type of data. So if you have a machine which produces a component, and after checking it from a go no go attribute type of gauge, you pass it to the next station or you reject it. So for those type of data, uh, how to calculate the stability of the machine in control chart, in X bar R chart, X bar chart, we have measurement value. So we put a dot inside the graph in between UCL and LCL, and after that we find out the stability. But what should we do if we have yes, okay, not okay type of data? Only two type of data are there. If it is okay or not okay, defective or it is okay. So in that, what will be my UCL? What will be my LCL? And if this stability is not being found, then how will I study the capability of the machine? So to understand that, we need to study about P chart. P chart is a proportion chart. Okay, it gives you a proportion of defective in the whole lot you have inspected. Let's say I have prepared some data for you to understand. So uh, before going to that, I want to discuss about what is the difference between defect and defective. So what is defect? Defect is the number of failure modes in an individual component. In an individual component, number of failure modes means, you say, if I produce a bottle, water bottle, so what can be the failure modes? What can be the defects in one that single bottle? That maybe incorrect. The cap would not fit, so it's another failure mode. So it's another type of defect. There may be a scratch in the bottle, so it is a third type of failure mode. So it may be the third defect. So in a particular individual bottle, there were three different types of defect. So it's a defect. Okay. Now when we call about defective, what will be looking for is, I have a machine. It is producing a producing bottle per minute, say 10 bottles per minute, and there is an inspection machine. It checks the all the parameters of the bottle and it pass it to the next station for packaging. So the inspection machine sees whether it is okay or not okay. If it is okay, it goes to the packaging station. If it is not okay, it is rejected and goes to the red bin. So those type of data are called defective, means it is rejecting the individual component produced by the machine, isn't it? So there are two types of thing. One is defects and one is defective. Proportion chart is used mainly for defective parts. Okay, means there is an inspection machine. We need to find out the capability of that inspection machine. So we need to find out the stability of that capability of that inspection machine. For that, we need to use the proportion chart. Means how many parts have been rejected out of the total parts which were checked. For doing that, what we need to do is we need to collect the data. We need to collect the data day wise or hour wise, or you know weekly or monthly, or whatever frequency you decide. What I have done is I have taken the data of a particular machine for, say, 21 days. Okay, number of days are 21. So 21 days I have checked, And what I have done is I have checked every time. I have checked different parts, different means number of parts. First day I have checked 215 parts, out of which 19 parts were found defective. Second day I have checked 211 parts, out of which 15 parts were declared as defective parts. Third day 214 parts, and out of which 14 parts were declared as defective from the inspection station. So this is the data which is being plotted, or which is being retrieved from the machine by an operator. Now we need to find out whether my inspection machine, the machine which is uh, rejecting it or passing it, what is the stability of that machine, and after that we can go for the capability study. Okay, for capability study again there is a 2 cross 2 matrix and all, uh, CP, CPK and PPK for that. Before going to that capability study, stability has to be done for this machine. So for calculating, for making P chart, we need to find 5 major things. First is the P bar. What is the P bar? P bar, I have calculated it, and I will first, before calculating it, I should go to the P bar is the proportion of total defective part upon total sample checked. Means we have to check all the parts. The proportion means it is the ratio of total defective part to the total inspected part. Okay, it gives you the proportion of defective in all the parts you have checked. So what is Q bar? Q bar is nothing but 1 minus P bar. What is UCL? UCL and LCL are upper control limit and lower control limit. Now what is the formula for that? For calculating UCL for P chart is P bar plus P bar gives you the mean line. UCL is P bar plus 3 into square root of P bar into Q bar divided by N. What did it give? What does it denote? This denotes that mean plus 3 sigma 3 sigma is your UCL, and LCL is mean minus 3 sigma, and that 3 sigma and the sigma standard deviation is calculated by square root of P bar into Q bar divided by N. When you will break it up, you will get the exact square root of 1 minus N divided by N square root, the same formula of sigma. So it has been simplified here, and N is the total average of samples you have checked. So I have calculated this. Here. This is my total check part on daily basis. This is my total defective found on date wise. This is the proportion of per day. Means 19 parts were found defective out of 215 parts. So this becomes this defective part divided by 215. So this gives you the point of that particular day. Proportion of defectiveness of defective parts for that particular day. P bar gives you the mean. Okay, UCL gives you the upper limit, and LCL gives you the lower limit. Every formula is being done here. I can share you this file if you wish to. So after calculating all this, what you have to do is you have to plot for these graphs. If I will plot only for this, I will have 3 lines: UCL line, LCL line and mean line. This is the point for every day you need to know the proportion of defective parts declared by the machine, whether there is a stability or not. So what I will do is, since I have all the data, I will go here, insert a graph. So I have inserted a graph. I have given this graph a name, P chart for XYZ machine. I'll go to chart properties. I will select combo and I will convert all the clusters into line. Okay. Now see, it gave you a wonderful graph. Now we need to interpret this. Now this is my UCL. This is my mean P bar. This is my mean, and this is my LCL. LCL is lower control limit. This is my upper control limit. This is my mean. Now I told you the upper control limit is this plus 3 sigma. So this line gives you a band of total tolerance for the proportion to vary. Anything which goes beyond this UCL or LCL becomes a special cause. Now at this day, and particular 15th 11th day, out of 236, 35 parts were found defective. So according to this chart, it was a special cause and it went beyond upper control limit. So this thing has to be investigated, whether the operator was changed, whether the setting was changed, whether the environment, some machine maintenance work were done, or something might have happened which or the incoming material was having some problem. The go no go gauge was may have went wrong. Anything may be possible. So for this particular day, if you get this number, then this has to be investigated. But if it is one-off case, means it may be people believe that if this at one particular day, if it goes beyond UCL, then ठीक है, होता है, चलता है type of thing. एक दिन गया, ठीक है, फिर हम लोग कंट्रोल में ले आए. So it should not be like that. If it went beyond that, then there must be a assignable cause. So it has to be investigated so that it doesn't repeat again. Now, if the data, if I tweak this data somewhere like this, 45, okay, now again 9, again 2, okay, again 1. So this type of data is also unstable. Okay, or else if I have a data, say 13, 14, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Any point, 6 or 7 point, which is in the upper trend or in the lower trend, consecutive points. If there is a pattern, if this pattern shows you that my 6-7 points are going in upward direction, that means your failures, your defectiveness is increasing. So this is also a type of special cause, wherein it is in between the UCL and LCL value, but still it is considered as a special cause, assignable cause, and the quality engineer or the manufacturing engineer should react to this type of trend. So this P chart has to be followed on daily basis, and if anything goes beyond UCL or LCL, or if there is a upward or downward trend. In this case, if this is a defectiveness and the defectiveness is going downward, that means you have done something, you have tweaked the manufacturing process, because of which the defective parts which were being inspected at a higher rate earlier went down. So you have done a project, you have done something good to the manufacturing system or the quality inspection system, which has resulted in a good result, uh, less failure. So every trend has to be, every pattern has to be studied, and accordingly the action has to be taken. So this was all about how to make a P chart, how to interpret it, and by this chart you can see that attribute type of machines can also be calculated for their stability, and from here you can go for binomial test or for this Poisson test for capability study of this machine. In my other video, you can study about binomial process of capability study for attribute type of machines, uh, which may help you in calculating the capability of this type of machines, means attribute type of machines. Hope this video was fruitful and would help in your calculating your stability and capability for the attribute type of machine. Thank you so much.